Hello students, hope you all are doing well. Students, I again welcome you all in my new topic operating cycle concept. Previously I have discussed about what is working capital management, its components, objective, kinds of working capital management, right? I hope you all are going through this. Now our today's topic is operating cycle concept. Student, working capital requirement of the firm depends to a great extent upon the operating cycle of the firm. Because let's discuss, because the maximization of shareholder wealth of a firm is only possible when there is a sufficient return from the operation, and this return is depends on the profit earned by the firm, and the profit is depend on the magnitude of the sales, and we all know that the successful sale activity is necessary for earning profit, and sales do not convert into cash immediately. So there is a time lag between a sale of goods and the receipt of cash, right? So we can say that the operating cycle may be defined as the time duration starting from your procurement of goods or the raw material and ending with the sales realization, or we can say that it is the time taken to convert your raw material into cash, right? So it has the operating cycle involves the following procedure, that is your conversion of cash into raw material, conversion of raw material into work in progress, conversion of work in progress into finished goods, and conversion of finished goods into sale. So this is your procedure for working capital. Just look at this cycle. That is your first stage, conversion of cash into raw material, and raw material into work in progress. Second, work in progress is converted into finished goods. Finished goods is converted into sales, and that sale either it is directly converted into cash, or this sale is further converted into debtors, your receivables, and these receivables are converted into cash. So this is the various stages of operating cycle concept. So this is the operating cycle in the manufacturing firm, right? Next we have the operating cycle of non-manufacturing firm. Non-manufacturing firm are basically deals with the buying and selling. We can say that trading. That includes your wholesalers, retailers, sellers, etc. We do not have a manufacturing process. They directly convert the cash into finished goods and finished goods into receivables, right? And receivable is further converted into cash. So this is the cycle for the non-manufacturing firm. Next we have the formulas for calculating operating cycle. Operating cycle equals to inventory conversion period plus account receivable period. Now inventory conversion period equals to your average inventory divided by cost of goods sold into 365, and account receivable या account collection period, account receivable and account collection period is equals to average account receivable divided by sales into 365, and this average inventory is calculated, this average is calculated through your opening stock plus your closing stock divided by 2. Similarly, average account receivable, opening account receivable plus closing divided by 2. So this is the formula for operating cycle, calculation of operating cycle. Next, this is an example. For example, ABC company provide the following information, compute the operating cycle. You have given the sales, inventory opening and closing, receivable opening and closing, cost of goods sold, right? Now you have to calculate the operating cycle, which is further I have calculated this. Look at this. First we have to calculate your Inventory conversion period, that is equals to average inventory divided by cost of goods sold into 365, right? So average inventory equals to this, which include average inventory equals to opening inventory plus closing inventory divided by 2, that is equals to 542.5. Cost of goods sold is given 2675 into 365, that is equals to 74.62 days. Now you have to calculate account receivable period. Average account receivable equals to average account receivable divided by credit sale into 365, and average account receivable equals to your opening receivable plus your closing divided by 2, that is equals to 945, and credit sale is 3000 divided by credit sale into 365, that is equals to 114 days. So operating cycle equals to inventory conversion period plus account receivable period, that is equals to 189.59 days. Right. Next we have a cash conversion cycle. Cash conversion cycle, cash conversion cycle is the amount of time a firm's resources are tied up, calculated by subtracting the average payment collection period from the operating cycle, right? The time period between the date a firm pay its suppliers and the date it receive the cash from its customer. So cash conversion cycle is operating cycle minus accounts payable period, right? So average account, this is average account received inventory plus this is your average age of inventory, that is average inventory divided by cost of goods sold into 365. This is your average receivable period or collection period, and this is your account payable period. So account payable period equals to, this is your average beta, just correct it, average account receivable period divided by cost of goods sold into 365. So this is the diagram for cash conversion cycle. Just look at this. First, there is a operating cycle concept. Operating cycle involves your inventory, age of inventory plus your account receivable period. Now, for getting the cash conversion cycle means when you deduct this account payable period from this whole operating cycle, then you get the cash conversion cycle, right? I hope you are able to understand the differentiate between cash conversion cycle and your operating cycle, right? When we deduct the account payable period from operating cycle, you will get your cash conversion cycle, right? Next, this is the calculation for your cash conversion cycle. Average use of inventory is given and your account receivable collection period is given. Account payable period is this. First you have to calculate operating cycle, right? So operating cycle equals to average age of inventory plus account receivable, that is equals to 130 days. And when to get the cash conversion cycle, you deduct account payable period from your operating cycle concept. So cash conversion cycle is 90 days, right? Now this is the calculation, this is the question. Sale is given, cost of goods sold is given. Cost of goods sold is given. Inventory, opening and closing inventory is given. Account receivables, opening and closing is given. Accounts payable, opening and closing is given. You have to calculate operating cycle and cash conversion cycle. So there is a solution for this. First you have to calculate your inventory conversion period, that is equals to average inventory divided by cost of goods sold into 365. Average is equal to opening plus closing divided by 2, that is equals to 199.355. and cost of goods sold is 1406.27 into 365, that is equals to 51.74 days. Next you have to calculate account receivable period, that is equals to your average account receivable divided by credit sale into 365. So average is equals to opening plus closing divided by 2, that is equals to 436.24, and credit sale is given 1587.95 into 365, that is equals to 100.27 days. Next you have to calculate average account payable period, average age of your payable period. So that is equals to average account payable divided by cost of goods sold into 365. So average account payable equals to your opening plus closing divided by 2, that is equals to 154.365, and cost of goods sold is given 1406.27 into 365, that is equals to 40.065 days. So your account payable period equals to this, right? So first you have to calculate the operating cycle, that is equals to your ICP plus ARR, your ICP this one plus your ARR this one. So we get 52.01 days, and for getting the cash conversion cycle you have to deduct average age of payable period, right, account payable period from operating cycle. So cash conversion cycle is 112 days. So this is all about the calculation for operating cycle concept and cash conversion cycle. Now we have some more questions. So here are the formulas. First is your raw material conversion period, average raw material of the stock divided by total raw material consumption in 365. Work in progress conversion period, your average work in progress divided by total cost of production into 365. Finished goods conversion period, that is equals to average finished good divided by total cost of goods into 365. Next we have receivable conversion period, that is your debtors, right? That is your receivable conversion period, or we can say that debtors conversion period, equals to average receivable divided by total credit sale into 365. Next is your deferred payment or creditors collection period, ठीक है, और account payable period, account payable period or deferred period, right? So these are the formula. Let's have some more questions. Now this is the question. Sale is given, cost of production is given, purchase, average raw material of the stock, average work in progress, average finished goods, average creditors and average debtors, right? You have to calculate operating cycle of XYZ Limited. First, the raw material conversion period, that is your average raw material divided by total raw material consumed into 365. So average raw material is given, that is 80 divided by total raw material consumed, that is your purchase 600 into 365 equals to 49 days. Next is work in progress. So that is equals to your average work in progress divided by total cost of production into 365. So average work in progress is your 85 and total cost of production is 2100 into 365, that is equals to 15 days. Now calculate finished goods conversion period, that is average stock divided by total cost of production into 365. Average stock is given 180 of finished goods is given 180. Total cost of production is this into 365 equals to finished goods, right? Debtors. Next you calculate the debtors conversion period, that is equals to average debtors divided by total credit sale into 365. So your average debtors are given, that is your 350, right? And sale is given, that is 3000. Sale is given 3000 and into 365, that is equals to 43 days. Now next you have to calculate the creditors. So creditor equals to your average creditor, that is given 90, and divided by total purchase. Total purchase is your 600. So into 365 equals to 55 days. So your net operating cycle equals to, that is operating cycle, right? Your operating cycle minus deferred payment, right? Operating cycle minus deferred payment. So your operating cycle is, when you add all these, 49 plus 15, 49 plus 15 plus 31, right? And plus 31 plus 43 plus 43, you will get operating cycle equals to 138 minus your creditors payment period, that is 55. So you will get net operating cycle is equals to your 83 days. 83 days, right? So this is the calculation for your operating and cash conversion cycle. Now students, we have one more question. This is, the information is given in the form of trading and P&L account and in the balance sheet form, and you have to calculate this operating cycle period, right? So let's solve it. This is your administrative expenses selling P&L account, and this is your balance sheet, and further information is given. Opening debtors and opening creditors are 6,500 and 5,000 respectively. Calculate net operating cycle. So first you have to calculate the raw material conversion period, that is equals to average raw material divided by total raw material consumed into 365. So average is your opening raw material plus closing divided by 2, that is equals to your 10,500. Now total raw material consumed equals to, just see in the previous, here we have first raw material is equals to your average raw material is equals to your opening plus your closing divided by 2. If you are unable to see this figure, this is your 1 lakh, credit sale is 1 lakh, right? Closing stock of raw material equals to 11,000, and work in progress is equal to 30,500, 30,500, and finished goods is equals to 8,500, right? 8,500. Now from this you have to calculate the raw material consumed. So raw material consumed is calculated by beta opening raw material. So raw material consumed कैसे calculate होगा आपका? Raw material consumed is equals to your opening raw material, this one, plus your closing raw material, sorry, opening raw material, your opening plus your purchase first, your purchase plus your purchase, right? Purchase minus your closing stock. This is the calculation for raw material consumed. Opening raw material, opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. In this way we get the raw material consumed, that is equals to your 34,000, right? Into 365 equals to, that comes your 113 days. Now next we have work in progress, that is equals to average work in progress divided by total cost of production. Now let's see how this total cost of production is calculated. So opening work in progress, average work in progress, you know how to calculate, that is your opening plus closing divided by 2, right? that comes your average is equals to your 30250. Now let's see how to calculate the cost of production for work in progress. So first you take, that is your work in progress, total cost of production for work in progress. Total cost of production for work in progress, right? So total cost of production for work in progress, that is your equals to your opening work in progress, opening stock, that is your 30,000, your opening stock, plus your that is total raw material consumed. So you have already calculated the raw material consumed. So that is your 34,000 plus what comes next, 15,000, that is wages and manufacturing expenses, that is 15,000, right? Your opening stock is 30,000. So here please write 30,000. So raw material consumed is equals to how much? 40, your total cost of production for work in progress, sorry. So that is equals to your 48,500. I hope you understand how we calculate the total cost of production for work in progress. That is work in progress equals to 30,000. It includes work in progress, opening stock of work in progress, plus your raw material consumed, plus wages and manufacturing expenses, that is equals to 48,500, right? Like this. Here I have calculated, divided into 365. So you will get work in progress, right? This way. Now you have to calculate the finished goods conversion period, that is equals to average stock divided by total cost of production into 365. Now see the working of it. Finished goods, average finished goods you already know how to calculate, that is your opening stock average finished goods is calculated by your opening stock plus your closing stock divided by 2. So let's see how to calculate the total cost of production for finished goods. So total cost of production for finished goods is equals to, it includes opening stock of finished goods, that is your 5,000. It includes this. फिनिश गुड्स की कैलकुलेशन देखिए कैसे होगी, यहाँ पर आएगी नहीं. चलो लेट्स ट्राई. फिनिश गुड्स, ओपनिंग स्टॉक ऑफ फिनिश गुड, दैट इज योर 5,000 प्लस, और क्या होगा इसमें, योर टोटल कॉस्ट. अभी तक आपने कितनी कॉस्ट कैलकुलेट करी रॉ मटेरियल एंड वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस की, दैट इज ये 48,500. सो इट इंक्लूड 48,500, राइट. 48,500 इंक्लूड द कॉस्ट ऑफ your raw material and your work in progress. Now add, here we have administrative expenses, that is your 15,000, that also including the cost of finished goods. So plus 15,000 plus 15,000, right? So that is equals to your 60,000. The total cost of finished goods is your 60,000. Let's see its calculation. Here we have average finished goods, total cost of production is equals to your 5,000, your opening stock of finished goods, plus 48,500, that is your total cost of production, which include the cost of your raw material and your work in progress, right? That is your 48,500. Next, plus your 15,000 is your administrative expenses and minus your closing stock of finished goods. So you get the total cost of production for finished goods. Beta, I forget to tell you that you also have to deduct this closing stock of work in progress in the calculation of total cost of production. So please correct this. And debtor collection period simply is given average debtor plus divided by total credit sale into 365. That is equals to your average debtor opening plus closing is given. You total credit sale is given into 365 equals to this. Creditors, average creditors plus total credit purchase into 365 equals to 78 days. Net operating cycle is equals to total operating cycle minus deferred payment, that is equals to 371 days. Please correct this. I forget to tell you that while calculating the total cost of production for work in progress, you have to calculate how much. 30,000 is your opening work in progress, 34,000 is your cost of raw material consumed, 15,000 is your wages and manufacturing expenses minus closing stock of work in progress, that is 30,500. Then only you will get the total cost of production, right? Similarly for the finished goods, 5,000 is your opening stock, 48,000 plus 500 is total cost of production of raw material in work and work in progress, plus 15,000 is your administrative expenses minus closing stock of finished good, that is right. So you will get 60,000. So in this way you will, this is the calculation for operating cycle concept, right? I hope you will able to understand all this concept. So you please go through it. If you are unable to understand anything, if you have any confusion, any query, please write in the comment box. Okay, I can solve it. And this is all about your operating cycle concept. Thank you class. Thank you student. Thank you so much and keep learning.